Hey, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Scents of South Jersey with me, Kellen, for another fragrance video. Today I have a list video, and this video is going to be about Holy Grails. So I have 10 Holy Grail fragrances from my collection that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Now, Holy Grail sort of means different things to different people. Everyone's tastes, interests in terms of fragrances will really determine what their Holy Grails are. So, really it's a list of rare fragrances, but they're fun to do and they're all different kinds, all, for the most part, classics. It's really gonna be 11, one just random rare one, and the other one is, or the other 10, excuse me, are Holy Grails too, for me. So before we jump into this video, if it's your first time here, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Again, the channel's growing. We are, 13,100 subscribers plus, so can't thank you guys enough. Make sure to check out the Scents of South Jersey Instagram page for news and updates on the channel, photos of fragrances from my collection, scent of the day posts on the story, a way to contact me, and obviously when the next videos are gonna drop. If you're interested in purchasing any fragrances directly from my collection, check out my Mercari page. The link for that is in the description below. Make offers, reach out to me, ask questions. It's been also another great way to connect with some of you guys out in the community. If you're interested in purchasing anything from Eros Perfume Outlet, their eBay store, the link is in the description along with the directions on how to get the 10% off. And of course, guys, the Masuda button-down shirts, the discount link for that is also in the description too. So let's not take up any more time and let's jump into this list of 10 Holy Grail fragrances from my collection. Okay, let's actually start the first one off with the not necessarily a Holy Grail, but just a rare one. This is a scent that I've seen online. I saw, old pictures of it, never really knew what it was, and finally got my hands on it. And it's called Men's Classic. And look, you can see this guy here. It's going to be reflective. He's like doing discus, some sort of, old Olympic sport game guy looking almost like a Greek statue type of thing. It's just cologne. Nothing really going on the back. No brand information. Just some info, nothing on the bottom. Here's what the juice looks like. Very green. Same thing. It just says Men's Classic Cologne. It's a splash bottle. Got that green cap, that red stripe, green juice. Guy throwing the discus. But what I've learned is that this, as you could probably guess, is a clone of vintage Polo. Now, I should just say Polo, by Ralph Lauren, but it smells almost one-to-one with the vintage. Not as good, but I found out if you look closely, it's made by 4711. So that was interesting. Just a rare scent, don't know much about it. Lasts pretty long, smells a great deal like Polo. The only other Polo clone, like literal clone I've ever tried was the classic match one from Walmart, and that smells so burnt, where this is much more closer to the real thing. Much closer to the real thing. Okay, up next we have YSL Pour Homme, and I didn't dig out my vintage bottle, sorry guys, but this was closest to where I was when I decided to make this video. And you know what, aside from the performance longevity, they're pretty much the same scent too, so that's good. We'll spray some of this out here on a tester strip. It's just the best citrus, bright, so many great citruses, but this one is so distinct, sort of rindy, and then it gets a little bit dirtier, mossier as it dries down. Classic scent, lasts a long time. The scent in the cabinet in the opening of American Psycho for Patrick Bateman. Awesome scent. When I first tried this one, it was like, oh, I knew it was really good. If you're getting the, I knew it was gonna be one that I really enjoyed as well as it being really good. But if you're getting the vintage one, just be careful. Sometimes they are spoiled when you get them. I've been fortunate, and I even got the body line. I've done full reviews on YSL Pour Homme, so definitely check this one out. This is a great Holy Grail in terms of a classic vintage citrus aromatic fragrance, which are, a lot of the things that I love and enjoy. Okay, number 3 on this list of Holy Grails, speaking of citrus aromatics, Armani Eau Pour Homme. This is the Cosmere version. This just takes it to a darker spiced citrus, a little bit more evening wear, I think a little bit more depth to it, a little bit, as a sexier fragrance, a little more exciting. It's darker. I think it's more Italian style than say the YSL, which is awesome. But this one, it's that orange spice citrus smell. I love that. And then it's got a greener, even greener dry down. But great for going out. Like I always think about this one, you spray it on, you're going out at night, you're dressed up. It's spring, summer evening. It's awesome. I love this stuff. That's why I backed this bottle up so many times. If you can get the vintage version, get it, whether it says 89% right there, that's how you know it's Cosmere. The next one up in the same bottle style, I think, is the luxury products line, still really good. And then they have the current version, which still is awesome. You know, again, it doesn't matter if you can find it. Is the vintage in this situation a little bit better? Yeah, I think so, but it's not gonna make or break your world. So if you can get Armani Pour Homme, the vintage version, do it. If not, get the current. Either way, I think you'll be satisfied if you love that type of citrus aromatic, classic gentleman style Italian fragrance. Okay, so let's go forward in time from where I was at, the 80s, 70s and 80s, I really should say, because I think YSL Pour Homme's a 70 cent. But let's bring it to the late 90s with Good Life by Davidoff. So this is actually the bottle that I have listed on my Mercari page. I have a lot of Davidoff Good Life, and I always go back and forth on this one. You know, I've worn it a lot. I think I've killed 2 bottles, so I've definitely gotten my fix of it. And then at one point I'm like, oh, you know, maybe I should part ways with it, you know, because it does go for a lot. So it's a good fragrance to sell. But if you want like a fresh, you know, lemon green, grassy smell, very clean scent, perfect for the summertime. I have this great scent memory of wearing this down at the shore for an entire long weekend. Really love it. Davidoff Good Light's awesome. And it was one that wasn't around that long. It definitely was a fragrance that was really inexpensive at one point, which is funny how it goes. With a lot of the discontinued scents, they get hyped up after they go. But if you love green, fresh, there's melon in there. Again, a bright scent, perfect for late spring, early summertime heat. It's an awesome scent, and it actually lasts a long time on clothing. Skin is okay, but either way, the fragrance scent is awesome. If you're interested in getting some of this, check out my Mercari page because I do have a lot of it for sale. And if nobody buys it, I'm cool with that. I'll keep it and just start wearing it again. Because once I put it on, I'll be like, oh yeah, I know why I love this one so much, because it's definitely worth it. Okay, fragrance number 5. Many of you guys might laugh if you consider this a holy grail or not, but this was probably the first real vintage fragrance that I ever chased down and got and loved on my channel, and that's Caesar's Man Legendary Cologne Spray. Again, the one made in the United States. It's got to have the Legendary on the bottom there, and you know, you can see there, that's the bottom of the sticker too, the actual detail of the Julius Caesar with the laurel leaf crown. Man, if you love aromatic fougères, you like stuff like Drakkar Noir, you love green scents, you like that mossy. This one, it's almost got this, it's like this brighter apple opening, and then it goes down to that green, just awesome fougère, family cousin to Drakkar Noir, but stronger, deeper, richer, longer lasting. It smells absolutely terrific, and I've had a lot of this. I have a little less now because I've gifted some to my close friends that love it, but I still have plenty. Caesar's Man Legendary Cologne Spray is just, it's the quintessential fougère green scent. And, you know, I love that I've been able to turn so many people onto this one because, again, if you like that barbershop fougère style, but this is more green, this is greener than that. This takes it, this is going to be, whereas Drakkar Noir is fresher, I think you like that deodorant spray. This just takes it into more of a rich, darker green category era scent. It's a conquer scent. You know, you want to subjugate a large section of land when you wear this stuff, because Caesar's Man Legendary Cologne Spray, again, one of the best fougères ever, and again, one that I've always praised and will always have. So good. Okay, up next, fragrance number 6 on this Holy Grail list is going to be a release from 1990, and I love the history behind this fragrance because when it was released, there was a lot of money put behind the ad campaign for this one. It was hyped by the company. This is from Balenciaga. This is Balenciaga's Pour Homme, and unfortunately, it did not sell well at all, and I think by 2001, it was discontinued. And, you know, this one, whereas we talked about the way Caesar's Man Legendary Cologne Spray is rich and green, this one is rich and woody, and it's such a different, unique smell. It's patchouli done really well. It's got cinnamon and woods in there. There's a little bit of a barbershop vibe. It really smells like a really dried piece of wood, handcrafted wood, dried cinnamon, and it's super masculine, lasts such a long time, and in the air, I think it smells amazing. There's a powdery aspect to it as well, where I think it gets its barbershop vibe mixed in with that woods, but it's a complex scent, and it's extremely well done. I'm surprised it didn't do so well in sales, but I guess at that turn, you know, that decade, this was definitely a fragrance that, you know, 100% should have been released in the 80s, probably would have done much better if it was, but even in 1990, I guess it just wasn't a hit, whereas some other scents came out that were still relatively old school, but this one did not take off. But like, look at that beautiful, looks like marbling granite there and that gold wraparound. You see a lot of bottles today that aren't well kept. This one is in perfect condition, and it got, again, Arrow's Perfume Outlets where I got mine. So if you love patchouli, you like cinnamon, you like woods, a little bit of dirty, but barbershop, cleanness in there too. It's a mixture of things. It's got all these different notes, but it's done so well. And special occasion type of scent, definitely cooler weather, but 100% something I'm super happy to have. And one thing I would totally consider a Holy Grail scent. Okay, let's go back to the green fragrances, guys. This is a late 80s fragrance. I believe it's 1989 from the House of Van Cleef & Arpels. You already know what it is. It is Czar. Czar, another one, much like Caesar's Man, was one of the first vintage fragrances that I tracked down, that I reviewed, that I got different bottles of it, eventually amassed a decent amount of. Czar is, and this is one of the older bottles to the opaque ones. And again, from my experience, any version you get is fine. Doesn't matter. Just pick the bottle you think is the coolest. I think this one, and then the final iteration, the one that's the same look as this, but you can kind of see through it. It's translucent in that regard. It's green. It's woodsy. There's the opening sort of reminds me of Caesar's Man a little bit, but just again even more well done. Again, something that was inexpensive at one point and then was discontinued, and by way of it just disappearing, it became more expensive and sought after. I mean, imagine rolling into a Marshall's or a TJ Maxx and you see this or this for $30, and then had you known it was going to increase, you could have been the Wolf of Wall Street fragrance style, So it again, very green. A lot of these have my style of scents. The description words are going to be the same too, so just bear with me. But there's a slightly sweetness to the top, but nothing in the terms of any bubble gum, but green, woodsy, a little bit of mossy. It's a classy scent. I love Czar. I always have. Aftershave is awesome. So it's definitely one to definitely keep a lookout for, and one of the scents that I would absolutely, again, consider one of my holy grails. Okay, fragrance number 8. Let's go a little barbershop style, guys. What everyone considers, in many opinions, the ultimate barbershop fragrance that did not come out in the 70s. It actually came out in 2003, and that's Rive Gauche Pour Homme. But you know what? Sometimes flankers are just as good, if not better. Now, I'm not saying it's better, but this is Rive Gauche Pour Homme Light. Now, this one is actually very similar to the original one, but a little bit lighter, and definitely has a minty freshness opening, but no slouch in performance. In fact, this one lasts a long time. I'm constantly getting whiffs of this fragrance. I think it smells awesome. And I know that there's an intense version as well, which I've never tried, but I have the original and I have the light. So if you definitely are interested and you want to get something more rare, sometimes I've seen this for less money than the original one goes, which would make sense. Other times, the price of flankers will fluctuate. But this one, it's got the DNA of the original, just a little lighter, brighter in the opening, a little mintier, but it still has that anise dry down, that licorice, and that lavender as well too, that shave foam smell that everybody raves about when it comes to the original Rive Gauche. But this one is awesome too. Again, it's Rive Gauche Pour Homme Light, and it says that down there, Eau de Toilette Light. You can read the back. Okay, we are down to the final 3 Holy Grails in my collection. So this would be Holy Grail number 8. I actually forget what number we're on, but it doesn't matter. And, guys, I've talked about this one for a long time. It's in that Fougère, that Drakkar Noir family, but at Caesar's Man, but it takes it to a whole other level, and that's Gucci Nobile. And look, man, I got the 4-ounce built-in sprayer version. It's not just the Fougère, it's royalty. This stuff is so clean, so green, so masculine, so mossy, so well done. It's simple but complex. It's perfect. I love the stuff. It's anytime I want to get dressed up, anytime I want to seem professional in a professional setting, whether you want to wear it to the office, not you want to make it a signature scent, you want to wear it going out. Either way, it smells so good. A girl loves this scent. It's class. It's absolute class. And it's a shame that it's discontinued. There are things that you can get that are close to it. Bon Monsieur by Rogue Perfumery. That one is very close, a little bit more dank because it's, I don't know, I guess whatever's made in it, it seems a little bit like almost richer, but not necessarily like that. That means that it's better, but it's getting you close. Again, Caesar's Man is a good alternative, but nothing beats this. In terms of fougères, it's my ultimate favorite. It was my favorite fragrance, and very well might be. And I try to make sure I always have a decent amount of it. I just got this bottle. It does go for a lot, unfortunately, but what are you going to do? It's that good. I think it's that good. It's so good. It's awesome. It's one that, and every time I wear it, whether it's been, recently or every time I return to it, I'm always like, wow, there's a reason why I love it. It's green. Again, the lavender notes, all the stuff that goes into a fougere, a barbershop scent, but this is just on a higher end. It's almost like a niche level scale in terms of a fougere. Find me any niche fragrance that does a better fougere than this. I haven't found one yet. If I do, I will absolutely talk about it. But Gucci Nobile, to me, is one of the absolute best. Okay, now we're going to go way back into the 80s from the house of Christian Dior. And this is Jules, but the vintage version. So, got a big shout out to Anuj, because he tracked this one down for me. And actually hooked me up with that men's classic bottle as well, too. But this one, you know what? It's interesting. I have reviewed the current version of Jules, the re-release, I should say. It came out in 2016. It's now discontinued, but I even found a 2016, first edition of the re-release. And here's where these are different. I was expecting this to be ridiculously pungent and green and offensive in a good way, that classic, like a Koros or something. It's actually not. It's actually smoother, less on the green and more on the leather. And the re-release is more on the green and has that more fuel scent to it, and then along with the greenness and a little bit of the funkiness. This one is smoother. This one is very well done. They're two different. And at first I was a little bit like, I was expecting more, but it's grown on me. And it's absolutely excellent. And that funkiness, the greenness, it's there, but it's just more obnoxious and pronounced in the re-release than it is here. This one, it comes out later. With the re-release, it's immediate, and you're like, whoa, you gotta let it settle down. This one comes off pretty smooth, and as it's on you, it changes. It's all about the dry down with this one, where in the re-release, the opening is gonna be, some might say challenging. I say I love it. Either one, you can't go wrong with either one. If you can't find this, and it's not cheap to get the vintage version, go get the re-release. It's freaking awesome. But if you can get this one, it's also freaking awesome. So either way, you can't go wrong. But as a holy grail scent, having a vintage Jules is definitely something that I consider to be in that level, in that category of really sought after fragrances. And I'm so happy I have it. Again, leather, green, mossiness, again, funkiness. It's awesome. Super 80s, super cool. Okay, finally, are you guys ready for this one? I wasn't ready for it. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, called the 1970s, there was a fragrance released by a house named Guy Laroche, and it is the original Drakkar Eau de Toilette. Just look at that. Look at it. Look at that, Drakkar Eau de Toilette. We got Guy Laroche Paris, 90 something, 115 mLs, 4 ounces. Don't have the cap. I just got this cap. I guess this thing went up into that silver cap that comes on. And let's splash a little bit out here on my hands. You can see it. It's not spoiled, but guys, this stuff, what is it? It's a citrus aromatic fragrance. It's green. It's citrus. It's not spoiled. That was my biggest fear. And the seller was like, hey, there's a money back guarantee, right? So I'm really happy to say that it's not spoiled. It's got citrus opening. It's a citrus aromatic. There's mossiness into it. Is there really much more to it than that? Probably not. Because, again, this was the era. This is the type of scents that they released. There's a reason why Drakkar Noir is the one that they still make, the one that they still talk about, the one that's essentially a meme fragrance if you think about it, where this one just sort of faded off into obscurity. But it is very rare, and it is a holy grail. And it smells nice, but it's not anything crazy, right? Like, I don't know if I'm going to keep it. If I'm going to, I don't know if I can return it. I probably won't return it because I did just use some, but that's fine. I still could. It's still full. But it's not spoiled, because you would know immediately. It would smell like vinegar. But it's honestly, it's not anything crazy special scent-wise. It's just more so really cool to have from a collector standpoint. And I'll admit that. Maybe I'll sell samples of it. I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll wear it. Maybe I should just continue to wear it. And if I put a lot on, it'll probably seem a little bit more potent, because it does seem like a light scent. Like, it smells nice, citrus, a little bit of powdery, a little bit like an SOSJ or an Armani Eau Pour Homme, just a little bit different, a little greeny, more green, and very classic smelling. You know, again, I don't know what to make of it because I've never smelled it before. I've never been able to spray it. It's a splash bottle, but I will say that sometimes, and I've heard this from other people in the community, maybe splash bottles, if they're full, hold up longer than spray because oxygen can't get down the spray tube, and it's, you know, it's as far as it'll go. So it's just really interesting to have this from the 70s. I think it was, what, 1972 or something like that it was released, and it's just called Drakkar. And it's worlds of different from Drakkar Noir. Maybe if I put it next to Drakkar Intense, I can get it. But see, as right now, it's almost like it's faded. And I think that's just due to how old these really are. And you can't expect anything this old to really be in the best condition it possibly could, despite it not being spoiled, but maybe its potency has just sort of feigned. So we'll see. Anyway, but it's really cool to have that. That's the original Drakkar, guys. The Drakkar before Drakkar Noir, the Drakkar that Drakkar Intense is based on, that's the Intense version of this. So I'll definitely give it some more wear and probably keep it. Okay, guys, that was my list video of 10 Holy Grail fragrances and one just random rare one too. So I would love to hear from all of you in the comment section. Tell me your Holy Grails. What'd you think of the ones that I picked? Do we share any Holy Grails? Please let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the original Drakkar. I would love to hear from you guys about that too. You know I always appreciate all of the interaction. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Check out the Instagram page. Check out my Mercari page. Hey, maybe I'll be able to buy this one day or a sample of it, but for now I'm not sure. And I mentioned the Mercari page, and of course Eros Perfume Outlet on eBay, and the Masudo button down link for their website for the 40% off their shirts. Somebody buy a shirt. They're awesome. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me and watching the video today, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.